Hi, this is Nana Hosenfeld with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Sunday, June 27th, 2016. Over the next few days, we are expecting some significant fire potential impacts. This is due to showers and thunderstorms in the forecast after recent hot and dry weather. We are looking at the storms to develop as early as Tuesday across the Arizona Strip and portions of far southern Utah. And as we move through Friday, those storms will develop further to the north and to the west each day. Now, storms will initially be dry, and then as we move further through the week, we'll see moisture increasing across the south. So moisture will increase from the south to the north. So as we move into Wednesday through Friday, storms will become wetter across the southern areas. Those storms further north will be dry during the middle part of the week. Due to expected increased fire activity, a high risk has been issued for certain areas, and we will cover those in more detail here in a couple of minutes. Over the past 24 hours, there was really not much in the way of precipitation across the Great Basin, and you can see there was no lightning across the area. There has been some new fire activity in the past few days with a couple of ongoing larger fires across the Great Basin. Looking at the past 14 days and the past 30 days and how we stand as compared to normal, you can see really the only area in the Great Basin that is at or above normal are just those small portions of Nevada that are highlighted in the green and the purple in the image on the left. That's in the 14-day period. If we look further back at the 30-day period, you can see it's really just far eastern Nevada that's above normal over the past 30 days. So really we have been much drier than average across the majority of the Great Basin over the past 30 days. With these recent dry conditions and recent warm weather, ERCs are beginning to increase. You can see many areas have moved into that 70th to 80th percentile category across the Great Basin. The satellite this morning shows a weak area of high pressure across the Great Basin that will build over the next day or two, bringing warmer temperatures to the area. For this afternoon, we have most of the Great Basin in low to moderate risk, with relative humidities really in the single digits across much of the area, with the exception of the higher terrain and much of Idaho. Winds will be light across the majority of the area today, though there is a potential for some gusty winds across western Nevada. As we move into Monday, the high pressure builds over the Great Basin, allowing moisture to begin to make its way towards the southern part of the Great Basin. On Monday, we are still expecting most of the Great Basin to be in lower moderate risk as far as fire potential. Again, really dry on Monday, although we are looking at light winds, so not a lot of fire potential impacts expected on Monday. As we move into Tuesday, we will see high pressure continue to build across the area, allowing moisture to make its way into southern Utah. You can see from the image on the left, this monsoonal moisture making its way into the southern part of the Great Basin. And as a result, we are highlighting these southern areas as high risk due to the initial onset of these of this mix of wet and dry thunderstorms on Tuesday. Relative humidities will be quite low, even in the areas we are expecting thunderstorms. Initially, many of these storms will be dry. And you can see this area highlighted on Tuesday across southeastern Utah, where thunderstorms are expected to begin to develop. So as we look at 3-day precipitation accumulation, you can see really in the first 3 days, much of that moisture will remain in the southern part of the area. However, as we move further into the week, that will begin to move north. So if we look at Wednesday, you can see moisture making its way further into the area. You can see much of Utah and Nevada have moisture. And as far as the 7-day outlook, we are highlighting much of Utah and portions of southern Nevada with high risk for lightning. The storms will be a little wetter further south, but there still will be a mix of wet and dry thunderstorms in that area. As we move into Thursday, that moisture continues to spread north. So by Thursday, we're highlighting further north into the Great Basin. So much of northwestern Utah, northeastern Nevada, southwestern Idaho, moving into Thursday. On Friday, much of that moisture has made its way into the area. Storms will begin to trend wetter. So on Friday, at this time, we are not highlighting any areas for thunderstorm threats on Friday. And as we move into Saturday, we'll start to see some drier air making its way into the western part of the Great Basin. Now, if we look at the 7-day total, this is the total for the entire 7 days, you can see that much wetter conditions are expected across the eastern part of the Great Basin after the initial 3-day period of storms across the southern part of the area. Finally, looking at the 8 to 14-day outlook, From the Climate Prediction Center, they are calling for above normal temperatures across the entire Great Basin, with above normal precipitation across the eastern Great Basin. So this would suggest that the monsoonal moisture will continue to be a factor in the weather in that 8 to 14 day period. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to let us know. Our contact information is on the screen, and you can also find us at Twitter. Thanks.